Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Welcome to the ETSAB School of Architecture of Barcelona. We are very glad that you are here with us this year or this first semester. Let me introduce myself. I am Alicia. I'm in charge of the ETSAB International Office, together with a fantastic team with Maria and two students who are collaborating with us that you have just met. And we have with us Professor Eulalia Gomez, who is the Vice Dean for International Relations, and today we will give you the welcome to the school and explain you a little bit about the structure of the architecture students here in Barcelona. You have received this dossier, and tomorrow we will be giving two sessions, one in English and another in Spanish, to explain in detail the contents of this dossier and how it will work during our period. Okay, so we will see you all again tomorrow. The first session at 10 a.m. will be in English, and the second session at 12 will be in Spanish, so you can join whatever you want, one of them. Okay, so I leave you with Eulalia, and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. Good morning. Welcome to Barcelona, and welcome to the Barcelona School of Architecture. Alicia already introduced me. I'm Eulalia Gomez. I'm professor in urban design. So those that take my courses probably will meet me as a teacher, but I'm also Vice Dean of International Relations. I'm going to try to do a very quick overview on the school, the installations, but also the courses that you can enroll. The school is very old, not these buildings in which we are, but the tradition of the school comes from the merging of the fine arts schools in the 19th century plus the master builders. So those who knew how to draw and those who knew how to build. And I think that this past is very important because this tradition of the arts and the technique is something very visible and very tangible in the studies today. The school was the first one to be part of the UPC, the Polytechnic University, in which we are together, not with fine arts students or professors, but with engineers, okay, as in many probably of your home universities. I'm saying this because the school is celebrating next year the 100th So we are celebrating in 2024 the tradition. Maria, can you? Yeah. So the school is celebrating in 2026 an anniversary, okay, the 100th anniversary of the foundation. We had this 200 years of architecture in Barcelona, and you can see how the UPC is younger. So the university to which we belong is younger than we, the school, and now you are. You are in a very, let's say, competitive school in the good terms of the word. According to QS rankings that that measure the success of teaching staff, researchers, and graduates from the school, we are the second school of architecture in Spain. We are the 10th in Europe and the 26th in the world, which is, I would say, not bad for a public school. And this is very important. You are in a public school. You are studying here thanks to all people who wakes up at 3 o'clock to just run the subway, to clean the streets, because with their taxes they are paying the public studies in which you are gonna be part now. This makes you responsible of taking a good profit of being here. Okay, it's an outstanding institution paid with public funds. The school is big. You are not seeing it today because the semester starts on Monday, but the school is that big. Okay, 3,500 students, taking into account the degree in architecture plus the master's plus the doctoral students, of which you can see 2,700 are bachelor students. So they are going to merge with many of you. We are more than 300 teachers, which is a lot, but we kind of manage to know almost each other, I would say, and 50 service and administrative staffs who are the ones that really make the school work. This big amount of people is working in these facilities that you will start becoming familiar with. You enter the school through this door in the Diagonal Avenue. You all waited here for, let's say, 10 minutes until someone just asked you to come down the corridor, and we are now here in this room. It's not the first floor, so it's not the same floor plan, but we are now in this room here. This is this tall building. So we are in the ground floor of this tall building, which was built in the 70s and was built before, even before the Diagonal Avenue came till this point. So this was an excuse to place the subway station that you used to come here, many of you, I suppose. And then it was an excuse, a pretext to make the city grow to this point, okay? Together with economics, together with management, with many other schools. Then we have this extension, which is this one, the brick one, that was built in the 80s. It has a design prize. It was built by José Antonio Coderch, which is a Catalan modernist architect that you should know. Okay, maybe it's not today that you need to go to the library and browse on him, but he's one of the big architects in town. And then we have this extension, which is the, I would say, most crowded room in the school, which is the cafeteria. Probably you used it today. And then here, it's not on the floor plan, but here you have the library. So in this building, in this tall building, you will take many or most of the studios, design or urban design studios. And in this building, I'm now making general terms, then you can check on the schedules. But in this building, we take most of the theory classes and also the master classes. So this big school, this big amount of people is translated into big buildings, which are also translated in the amount of relations that we have. We have more than 60 partners all around the world. And in terms of what concerns you, we have exchange with almost 50 universities, which makes that 100 of students come each year to study in this school, and 100 of our students are in your home universities, replacing you for one semester or for one academic year. ETSAB Abroad is an Instagram channel which informs of the activities of the International Relations Office. For you, it's going to be a good way to be aware of workshops, of some activities that are out of the schedule, out of your enrollment sheet, but can give you some extra credits or some extra experiences. Be also always aware on the school. You will see that when the activity starts, walls are going to be started to be full of papers and posters, but we usually announce all these workshops and all these international activities also in the next to the elevators or next to the study rooms. Here. Also, talking about now I'm gonna, before going to the specifics of the courses, Please note that when you check the schedule of the school, you will see that every Tuesday from 1:30 to 3 o'clock, there's no class, no electives, no core courses, no master courses. This is because this is a cultural hour. We usually program lectures, exhibit openings, many activities that are free, that are open, so you can invite also your friends from outside the school, but that can serve you to kind of get some extra insights on the reality or the daily news of the architecture in Barcelona and also in the world. Sorry about that. I was saying at the beginning that we come from this tradition of merging fine arts and master builders, which is also translated in these contemporary terms of being very, very strong in technological courses, but also in humanistic courses. So it's very good to be to know how to build, to be interested on how building things, but also on thinking on the insights of these designs and also on the future of these designs. Something particular of the school has also to do with the studios. All students from second to fourth year, architecture degree in Barcelona is 5 years. So all students from second to fourth year, 6 semesters, take in parallel 2 studios. They do not choose. They have to take 2. One that is design studio, architectural design studio. The second that is urban design studio. Okay. In many schools of Europe, of the world, there's just one studio that merges both scales. In this case, students need to develop 2 different projects in 2 different studios. Okay. Please take this into account because when you check the courses, you will see, okay, so architectural design, it's only 7.5 ECTS credits. In my school, it's like 15. Why does this happen? And this happens because we double studios and we have 2 of them. The school has, besides the degree in architecture, different master programs. The Master in Advanced Studies in Architecture that somehow concerns some of you, I will tell why. The Master in Landscape, which is a 2-year program, and the Master in Design, which is also a 2-year program. You need to know this because at some point you are gonna mix with students of these masters, and maybe, hopefully, you will fall in love with Barcelona, with the school, and maybe you come back to your home universities, you finish your studies, and you come back to do some of these masters. So I was saying the degree in architecture is organized in these 5 years. Afterwards, students decide if they take the final project or not, but it's the 6th year. And you can see that there are some courses that are repeated in some of the blocks. The yellow courses, these yellowish orange courses are the studios. The more reddish orangish are theory and histories. Then we have the ones, the greens, that are related to technique courses, and then the yellows that are related to drawing, to representation. We'll go one by one, but firstly, I want to tell you that there are some of these courses that are taught in English. This doesn't mean that the whole course is taught in English, but they have one group of 20, 22, 30 people which are just getting the course in English. This is not only open to you exchange students, but also to our local students. So it's, if you enroll these courses, you can mix with local students. But I'm saying this for you to know that there's no room for all in one same course. So if you try all people in this room try to enroll, for example, architectural representation 3, you have to know that local students are already enrolled. Maybe there are 5 spots or 6 spots, okay? So I'm advancing this to you because when you do your wish lists for enrollment, you can go for the English courses, but also take into account that maybe you cannot get placed in this course. And you have to take the Spanish one, or you even, it can be full and you have to choose another one. We have 19 courses, core courses of architecture, which means all the architectural representations in both semesters, all the urban design studios and all the architectural design studios, which have an English group, okay? From 2nd to 4th year, you have all this variety of English courses. Then we have 8 elective courses, which are also taught in English. You have the link for the PDF of this guide, which has a detailed description, 2 pages per course, detailed description of each of the courses taught in English, plus some images of past years. This is a graphic guide that can help you to understand what the course is about. Also, for some of you which received an email confirming it and which have a special documentation in your envelope. If you don't have the information for this, that I'm going to explain now, is that you cannot enroll master courses, okay? Because you still don't have the minimum required ECTS credits to enroll them. For the first time, the school offers some master's degree courses, so this would be like 6 or 7 year, to incoming students. 2 programs that are entirely taught in English: Contemporary Project and Urbanism. Contemporary Project is based or is focused on collective housing. And Urbanism is focused, you can check it afterwards, don't worry. If you are in 4th, 5th year in your school, probably you have other credits, the minimum of credits, but you can take it afterwards. Otherwise, you will miss what I'm going to explain after, that it's the degree in architecture, which is the most important thing of the presentation of today. So, Contemporary Project is based on collective housing, urbanism in the urban design in Mediterranean cities. Take into account that these are master courses in which the theoretical component is high, so the final output uses to be a paper. There are very courses driven or based in lectures by a professor, 3-hour courses, but the output uses to be a paper. But it's not only about writing, it's not only about researching, but also about designing. They have this mix, okay? So they are kind of advanced, many of them. Another Instagram account, now I'm gonna focus on the degree in architecture. An account that you might also follow is ETSAB, in which you can find the results of the courses of past years. This can be also a helpful guide for you to choose what do you think that can fit according to your interests and what could you enroll. This has been repeated since 2020, with some exceptions, that it's that in 2023, instead of being online, we celebrated an exhibit in the Museum of Design, and that this year, 2024, instead of exhibiting all the courses of the school, we just exhibited the last year, 5th year architectural design projects. You will see them in the ETSAB account, but also they are posted. I don't know if you saw them in the lobby there where you were meeting before this session. Let's go for the core courses. I'm gonna go a bit fast. You have to see architectural design studios. You have to see this is the year, first semester, second semester also. First year, you will see that always we have bases para, which mean basis, fundaments. These are very introductory courses. And I'm supposing that if you are here, you are not in first year, so you do not need to take these courses, but you still can take any course according to what your school asks you to enroll. Don't try to think that I'm in fourth year, I need to enroll fourth year. Look at the contents of the course, okay? Architectural design studios, urban design studios, technical courses have a very high degree of demand of work. So look at the contents, don't look at the academic year to which they belong. Architectural design 1 works, this Proyectos 1, works in a very small proposal, like a pavilion. And the second semester, Proyectos 2, works at this small scale, but in a landscape. It can be an open landscape, but also a very urban landscape, as it was last year, in which they worked in Barceloneta Beach. Proyectos 3 and 4, architectural design 3 and 4, work on housing. Okay. Please note that I told you that urban design and architectural design are separate studios. Urban design this same year, third year, also works on housing. So even if you are, we are taking 2 studios, the topics are somehow related. Okay. Each year works in a similar scale, let's say. Architectural design 5, it uses to intervene in built heritage. So it's designing in a built heritage. Architectural design 6 usually designs buildings with large structural spans. Okay, so spans. So sport facilities, productive facilities, okay, but huge buildings. Also, keep in mind, Proyectos 5 and 6, architectural design 5 and 6, have a very high requirement of technique. So you have to be very strong instructors, very strong in construction. You have to have these skills to be successful in designing the buildings that they are demanding you to do. Okay, so even if you are in fourth year in your schools, please just take, I'm saying this after the experience of many years, please only take these courses, architectural design 5 and 6, if you are strong in these technical skills. As I was saying, the Open ETSAB Instagram account gives you some clues on the results. This is Bases para el Proyecto, so first year, first semester, first year, second semester. Architectural design 2, architectural design 1, architectural design 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, you can scroll, spend some hours this afternoon just looking at the results and imagining yourselves producing better results than this. Okay, I am Darwinist, so I think that we humans are, you humans are better than the older ones, so you need to be better than what you can see here. There was a hand there.
There's a difficult area, right?
Okay, there's an empty road here, so it would be perfect for you to join. Fifth year, I'm trying, Nacho, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep my voice because next week the semester starts, so I cannot be like without voice before starting. Fifth year, thematic studios. Here the thing changes. Architectural design is not common to all the groups, but we have special groups in which the topic and the scale changes. We have facilities, mixed facilities, public space and landscape, cartography and landscape, which means and design, which means very large projects, collective housing, a more theoretical approach. You can also, they are different from last year, but following the description of the syllabus of these courses of the syllabi, you can find which are of your interest. Proyectos taller temático can be more reachable in terms of the demands than, I insist, architectural design 5 and 6. Not in all the cases, but in some cases. Also note that there are some electives which are called seminars that you only can enroll if you are enrolling the same thematic studio. So these are complements, theoretical complements to these design courses. As I was saying, the Open ETSAB account in Instagram has the visuals, the images of the last 3 years of thematic studios. Urban design. Urban design has these 6 core courses in which the first year, so second year, which is first year of urban design, is more oriented to the analysis, to understanding of the city, and to introducing the tools for representing the city. First semester, urban elements, streets, squares, blocks. Second semester, urban fragments, okay? I would say that these courses are really good to get an insight of Barcelona, okay? So even, and if you haven't taken any urban design course in your home schools, they are also a good place to start dealing with the urban scales. I'm not saying this because I'm the coordinator of these 2 courses. I'm not looking for clients, but I think that you can really enjoy these introductory courses to the urban scale and to the urban approach that Barcelona School of Architecture has related to urban topics. Urban design 3 is related to the public space and the understanding of the urban structure. Urbanística 4, urban design 4, is oriented to urban extension, how to do a whole neighborhood. It's impossible to try to do a whole neighborhood if you don't know how to understand the city, or if you don't know how to understand the urban structure, okay? So the more we go in this direction, the more design-oriented and the less analytic the courses are. But it's very important in these 3 courses to get the insights of the previous one to be successful, okay? Urban design 5 has to do with the regeneration of an urban fragment. So if the 4 was starting from scratch, let's say, in the landscape, in the environment, Urbanística 5 starts in trying to mix the programs in an already existing and consolidated fabric. And Urbanística 6 is a bit different in the morning shift and in the afternoon. During the morning, we try to relate to urban strategies and to urban planning, let's say. Urbanística 6 in the afternoon is related to the rural scale and to the interventions in the territory. For representation, architectural representation, again, first year, drawing 1, drawing 2 are based on hand drawing, okay? Dibujo 1, drawing 1 is more on sketching. Drawing 2 mixes some techniques, but it's hand drawing. So understanding or managing the tools before jumping to the computing design, which now I have the director of the department here, and I'm getting nervous because probably I'm not going to explain it well, especially because they are changing the programs this year. But let's say that second year, Repre 1, architectural representation 1, is based on 3D construction and composition. Architectural representation 2 is Photoshop, is about managing Photoshop and visuals. I'm saying all this you can take notes, but you have everything on the guide of the school. But my job is to try to express some of these things. Then you have your tutors who are gonna be very precise on the explanations. Architectural representation 3, which you can take in both semesters. Actually, you can take all them in both semesters. Architectural representation 3 is on 3D visuals, non-real time, and programs like V-Ray, Corona, or real time like 3D Max and SketchUp. And Repre 4, architectural representation 4, is on 3D modeling on parametric design. Okay, so you can see how we go from the hand drawing to the more and more complex computational representation. You also can see the results of these previous years, which can give you some insights. History and theory. The school is very strong and has a very good array of professors in history and theory, and I think that it's worthy for you to take one of these courses. It's one also of the specificities of this school. Which is the difference between history and theory? The courses on history take a very linear history of the architecture based on examples. History 1 goes from Egypt to the French Revolution. History 2 from the industrialization to the modernity crisis at the end of the 20th century. Theory 1 and 2, what do? Instead of talking about buildings, they talk about ideas and about processes. They talk about authors, philosophers, historians, and other outstanding ideas and people in a very wide range in the cultural disciplines. We also have physics and maths, which are the very basis. They are first year. They are the very basis before being. I'm not thinking that you are interested on these courses, but still are open for exchange students. Which are the basis for what? For being successful in the technique disciplines. Construction. These 4 years. The first one is on learning how to identify the constructive systems. It's an introduction to materiality and techniques. Construction 2 goes from the design to the implementation. So it's basically the development of the implementation, the constructive development of a project. Construction 3 is the design, the constructive design of facades. And construction 4 is more based on diagnosis and rehabilitation. Again, I insist on you understanding that these are Scala knowledge. So even if you are in 4th, 5th year, try to learn or try to read in the guide what they explain in 3rd, 2nd year, in order to be sure that you will have the necessary knowledge to tackle the courses. Structures. I'm almost done. It's every time that I do this, it's like I'm doing like the full pack of 5-year studies in 1 hour, and I'm just feeling young again. Structures. Structures has also 4 courses in different semesters. First semester, the geometry of structures. It's about very calculating, but having these very first insights of understanding how structures work. Second semester, structures 2 has to do with concrete structures, dimensions, and calculation again. 3rd semester, iron structures, and 4th semester, soil mechanics. Okay, so the introduction, concrete, steel, and soil. Again, you have some of the exercises that you can take in these courses. And finally, conditioning and services. which has to do with the natural and artificial management of the environment. This one has to do with the environmental design, so how to deal with natural climate, light, and acoustics. This two has to do with the installations and facilities to provide to your designs water, light, and air. These designs can be buildings, but also can be public spaces. And this three has to do with artificial lighting and climate conditioning. So in this part, structures, construction, conditions, conditioning and services, I insist on this strength of the school, in which the studios have a very important why, but also these theory disciplines and also these very technique courses. Okay, so you will see that the courses are demanding, but also they are all very fun, let's say, and rewarding in terms of what you gain from them. And I'm not gonna go through the electives. You have the full list, because otherwise you will never end. You have the full list, and just know that there are some of them which are intensive, which means that they are not taking part during the semester, but just a week in January or just a week in June. Please be careful with this, because probably you have already your flights back home or whatever plan in January in the holidays. So please note that there are some that are intensive, which is an advantage, because during the semester you don't have to take them, but then you have to keep that full week for them. And there are some of them which are taught in English, and also you can see in the open ETSAB Instagram account some of the results of former years of some of these elective courses. Okay, that was all on my side. I'm like a radio, I can start talking and never end. And now I'm feeling the pressure of all my partners, which are your tutors, who are waiting here to talk in private to you, to just explain in depth the courses in which you are interested. I would ask you to consider the possibility to enroll English courses, but also to remember that being an incoming student is not only being in the school and learning what you could learn elsewhere, but also learning on the city in which you are, in the culture in which you are belonging now, and on the languages that you will find outside of the school. So be open and try to gain not only on the very academic aspect of this experience, but also about the city and about all about what all the rest of the students of the school can offer to you. Okay? All this said, are there any comments or questions? You will have a very perfect session led by Alicia tomorrow, in which she's going to explain you how to enroll and the very administrative aspects on how to become finally a student of this school. But if you have any questions now, did you hear me from the last year? Good.
I just was wondering, you said that we needed the students here take a design, like an architecture course and an urban design course. Do we also do that, or can we just pick?
You can pick just one of them. Okay, it depends on what you need to then
Send back.
Yeah, to your home school.
Do we have to pick like mandatory like students, or we just pick elective courses?
It depends on what your home school then asks you to how many credits, which type of credits. There are some schools who send students and ask them to do very specific courses, because then you need to catch up when you come back, but you are free. If the school does not demand you anything, you are free to enroll whatever.
Maybe you have already prepared a learning agreement
Yes.
before coming here, choosing courses here, and your school has approved some kind of validation with courses at your home university. But this is only an initial proposal, so it's the first version of the learning agreement, because as you have already understand, it's not easy to choose courses if you don't know anything about them, and the variety of courses here is huge. And also, it also depends on the class groups. You will have to check schedules, check availability of places of the group classes. So only in the moment of enrollment, we will know about the right courses for you. So we will change your learning agreement later, okay? And tomorrow we will explain you how to help you to choose the courses to make them work, okay? And also you have the meeting with is optional with your academic advisor. You can meet before enrollment, but also after enrollment, and then make the necessary changes if it's possible.
There's something important that tomorrow will be stressed, and I forgot to tell you that the school is so big that we are split in morning shift and afternoon shift. So all courses are double. You can take them on the mornings or you can take them in the afternoons, except for the electives and except for these master courses, which are open for those who have this minimum of credits. So when Alicia was suggesting you to just be aware that your schedule does not have these overlaps, be aware that you can have this possibility. Finally, students, local students, spend the whole day here, because you will see that many architectural design studios, urban design studios, other courses have works in teams, in pairs, in groups of 3 or 4. So at some point you need to meet with your colleagues. And finally, the school is the perfect milieu to do this. So don't be afraid if one day you need to take a course in the morning and another in the afternoon, because finally it's the life that you are gonna have, like spending happy moments in this huge building.
What's the time in the morning and the time in the afternoon?
Morning is 8:30 to 1:30. Afternoon is 3 to 8. 3:30 to 8:30, more or less. There's 1 hour in the middle in which you can have lunch, always. Today it was very difficult to grasp the insights of every course. You have the documentation on your envelopes. You have the online syllabi and the online images to check. And you are lucky because you have these tutors who are responsible, who know the insights of your home schools, and who can advise you which courses could you feel more comfortable, or if you have any desires or any needs, they are, in terms of academic enrollment, they can orientate you on which course can be better or more suitable for you than others, okay? So I think that now it's time to meet your tutors. Probably they already wrote you. We have Pere Joan treballat for Zurich,
Winterthur, Mauricio,
and Toulouse. So, anyone for Pere Joan? We have Bruno Seve, who has Lausanne, Lyon, avec Bruno. We have Luis Jimenez, who's in charge of Young Minko in Bucharest and Berlin. We have Carlos Llop, Professor Carlos Llop, who's just checking if we explain everything properly. And we have Francesc Pere Miquel, who's in charge of Los Andes. Uniandes, ¿hay alguien de Uniandes? Uniandes, pues con Francesc Pere Miquel vais. And we have Nacho Lopez, who's also the head of the studies of the school. You have to deal with him if you have any issue, very important issue. Who's in charge of CQE? Ay, ¿y por qué lo digo en inglés? CQEs, ¿hay algún CQE aquí? ¿Algún alumno de escuelas españolas? Vais con Nacho, que está al fondo. Okay? And I'm in charge,
Yes.
Also, for Lille, ULB Brussels, University of Antwerp, and Leuven, so the Belgians plus Lille, I wrote you an email, so there I am. I think that we can close this session and just join with your tutors. For those that did not contact your tutor yet, Alicia will tell you how to proceed.
Yeah, many of the tutors have said that today they cannot come here, but here at the dossier, can I take this? Okay. All of you have this information in the dossier that we will explain tomorrow, but here you have the contact data of your academic advisor, okay? The name and the email and the department they belong to. Many of them had said that they will put you in contact by email to join you in the next days, but otherwise you can write an email to them and say, hey, you have just arrived, please can you meet, okay? And also you have your enrollment appointment here. Tomorrow we will explain you how it will work. So please don't miss tomorrow meetings, okay? Maybe you have other options to go, maybe to the UPC mobility office, but please don't miss tomorrow meeting here at this same room, 10 a.m. or at noon, okay? And those who have the tutors here, maybe they can meet them now. And tomorrow, after we finish each session, we also make a small tour around the school facilities. Okay, so see you tomorrow.
Have a good semester and a good year.